Yo, what's up guys? Universal Mastery. So what I do on my channel is I break down the occult sciences to an extremely practical level so that you can use them in your day-to-day life and get real, actual results. What I'm doing is I'm continuing on the archetypal series. So the archetype that we are going to be talking about today is the Wheel of Fortune. So what are the influences, what are the attributes, and how is this archetype really going to affect you if you take it on? So if you want to know a little bit more about the Wheel of Fortune, which is also the tarot card, then stay tuned for the rest of the video. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is definitely make sure you go and check out my Patreon, because on my Patreon I have exclusive content. Half of that content is going to be geared towards actual spiritual practices that are going to help you improve your life. Pretty much what I do is I have step-by-step breakdown videos showing you exactly how to perform certain types of meditations and things in that nature. The other half of the videos are going to be called educational entertainment. So the videos are going to be entertaining, but you're also getting a lot of value from them, which is similar to a video like this. So definitely make sure you go and check that out. Where you're gonna be able to find the Patreon is when you click the description. It's gonna be the very first link at the top. And in order to gain access to these exclusive videos, you have to at least be a tier 2 member or up. Okay, so in order to be a tier 2 member, it literally costs $9.95, and that would be a monthly reoccurring payment, but that literally comes out to less than $1 a day. So there really is no reason why you shouldn't be able to afford that with the value that's being offered on there. And then as you go up in tiers, the benefits go up as well. So I'm going to let you check that out for yourself. And I want to give a special shout out to the top tier members already. Their names are going to be mentioned in the parentheses right below the link where you can find my Patreon. So other than that, going right into this video. So here we go. Once again, if you are new to this archetypal series, please go to the very first archetype. It is going to be the archetype of the Joker. I have in parentheses, it says start here. Start there, because what I do is I give you kind of the foundational understanding of where I'm getting these archetypes from, where I'm finding these tarot cards, and how these different pathways are connecting back to the Tree of Life. So if you're just jumping in now and you haven't gone back and seen the Joker video, the one that I said that I put in parentheses start here, then you may be a little bit confused about like, where are you getting these archetypes from? What do you mean? You know, how do these archetypes actually influence you and affect you? I'm just lost. So if you want to not be lost, then start from the very first archetype once again, which is the Joker. It says the Joker archetype, and then it says path 0. So work your way going from path 0 to 1 to 2 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, work your way up going that way. Okay, so other than that, this is going to be path 10, and I'm gonna go right into it. So here we go. So path of the wheel, the way of fortune. Qualities: fortune, the tables are turning, good vibration, expansion and luck, miracles, breakthroughs, and unexpected help. Okay, so these are the qualities that you're gonna take on when you start to actually work with this archetype. When this Wheel of Fortune, when this Wheel of Fortune archetype influences you, these are the things that you are going to see in your day-to-day life. So the best way that I can, the best way that I can tell you how you're going to know when you're being affected by these qualities and these influences is if you actually initiate yourself into the Tree of Life, going from each sphere, Malkuth, Yesod, Hod, Netzach, going all the way up to the top to Kether. As you travel through those spheres, so going from, let's say, Malkuth to Yesod, there are different pathways. Okay, and this is one of those pathways. Once again, this is pathway 10. So when you hit that pathway, this is the type of feelings, this is the type of influences that you are actually going to be feeling. So this is how it goes for all of these different pathways, which as you should know by now, come with different archetypes and come with different qualities and challenges, different vices and different virtues. So once again, when you hit pathway number 10, which is, let me just double check. Pathway number 10, which is going from victory. So this is going from Netzach to Chesed. So path number 10 is connecting the sphere on the Tree of Life Victory, which is Netzach, all the way to Chesed, which is going straight above. So this is going to be on the right pillar of the tree. And yeah, so when you hit that pathway, that's when you're going to feel these influences. Okay? All right, so here we go. So the description. This path leads from mercy to eternity, which is what I just said. A journey for those who rely on luck and usually find it. It connects the two fortunate spheres on the lower and therefore more practical half of the pillar of expansion. This road is all about cycles and prophecy. Mercy connects to background and history, while eternity embodies the energy of repetition. By examining the cycles of life, a wise person can foresee the likely events of the future. This road gives birth to the ancient proverb, history repeats itself. But the wheel also brings surprises. Give chance a chance. Good fortune awaits. The affirmation is, I am surfing the swell of synchronicities and opportunities. I feel lucky as I see the millard of opportunities open before me. The psalm is, quicken me after thy loving kindness. The astrological aspect is the planet Jupiter. Okay. The tarot card is the Wheel of Fortune. Always turning represents the ever-changing nature of life. So that's what the Wheel of Fortune represents, the ever-changing nature of life. But one point never moves, and that's the center. This path seeks to guide you to that still middle point. The challenges that you would be experiencing through this pathway, through this path working, through this archetype of the Wheel of Fortune is excessive behavior, obesity, overly optimistic, blind faith, fatalism, and laziness. Okay? The Hebrew letter is Kaf, which means the palm of the hand. The art of palmistry postulates that a man's fortune is carved on the hand. The letter Kaf suggests that everything you need is right there in your own world. So open yourself to opportunities and allow them to flow in your life. Okay, so that is going to cover the notes on this pathway. Now let me give you my experience when I was in this pathway and when I was taking on this archetype. And it's this video is not going to be too long. Once again, this one's very self-explanatory. So during this time, I was a personal trainer at Equinox, and moving into the sphere of victory. Because this pathway is connected to the sphere of victory. I had mentioned in a video previous to this one that there was a person that I was having issues with in my workplace, and then they ended up pretty much burning themselves out because they were just being stupid. They were trying to work against me, and that's just not going to work, and I ended up being victorious. So the tables definitely turned, if you get what I'm saying, and I knew that it was going to happen. I was aware. I know when people make dumb decisions, there's always going to be an effect to the cause. So if you cause something that is going to cause me harm, and I'm trying to empower myself, I'm trying to better myself, then your effect is going to be something negative, something chaotic. So this person was really trying to repress me. They were trying to restrict me, trying to keep me from going to my highest potential. So I knew by the laws of nature, when you try to stop someone that is putting effort into bettering themselves, there is going to be some sort of repression and restriction that goes back to that person that tries to stop me or would try to stop you. And that's sure enough what happened. So the tables turned. Things were working out in my favor. I was training with some pretty cool people at the gym. I met some really cool people. And when I say I met really cool people, it was just like really cool people. I met some really fascinating people. I met some great people that shared a lot of knowledge with me, actually. I met, I believe it was during this pathway that I met, there was a couple guys at the gym that literally mentored me a little bit. It was kind of strange, actually. They would go to the gym all the time, and they were regular goers, but they would call me over, and they would just start talking to me. And these guys were successful. They had a lot of money. They made a lot of success in their business, and they were older gentlemen. And I remember one of them specifically, well, I remember a couple, but one in particular was just extremely beneficial for me. I mean, like, he was just giving me mentorship, like, and all I had to do was like walk around with him, because there would be times in the gym where there wouldn't be too many people, and he would show up and he would just give me a whole bunch of mentorship. And that was really cool. That was like, it was free. I was literally getting paid to be mentored because I was working. So that was a really cool thing. And yeah, and you know, my training sessions went good. You know, I connected with a lot of people. Things were just working out. You know, things were falling in line. It was a victorious type of feeling. So that's pretty much going to wrap it up. That was my experience. This is something that you can definitely experience as well. Let me make sure that I cover the vices as well. Let me double check over that. So when I went through this sphere, this pathway of the Wheel of Fortune, I would say the challenges are, once again, excessive behavior, obesity, overly optimistic, blind faith, fatalism, and laziness. The ones that I took on would be the excessive behavior, probably the over-optimistic, and blind faith. Those are probably the ones that really like influenced me the most. The obesity part, no, I didn't really have that. The fatalism and laziness, I didn't really have that either. But these are all things that you could experience when you go through this. You know, once again, because these are the vices of the virtues. So remember, the virtues are good luck, you know, things are changing, the tables are turning, things in that nature, good fortunes coming to you. And then the vices are going to be the negative polarity of the positive polarity, which is, so we have the virtues and the vices. So when you go through these pathways, to get the most out of them and to learn the most out of them, you want to have a little bit of an experience of the vices and the virtues. You want to shift on both ends, because if you only experience the positive side, then you would be lacking an experience of the negatives. You would be lacking wisdom, you would be lacking understanding, and you would overall be lacking a knowledge of what it is to experience those vices. And then, you know, and that's not a good thing. What you want to do is you want to experience some of those vices, the ones that you need to experience, that's going to be for your best interest, and you want to transmute them into the virtues. So you want to go through what it feels like to maybe be lazy or overly optimistic, have blind faith, excessive behavior, and then recognize that within yourself and then transmute it. So what that means is become aware of it and then say, okay, I'm aware that this is happening. I'm aware that I'm feeling a little excessive in my behavior. Let me try to concentrate and focus this energy into, you know, you could say beneficial things that are in my life. Let me be aware that this energy is influencing me. Let me be aware that I'm a little bit blind in my faith right now. Let me be aware that I'm being lazy right now. Let me be aware that I'm being overly optimistic. That's all it takes. You need to just be aware of what that is within you, and then express it. You could say almost express it out of you with the realization that that energy is in you. Because the only time the vices can take a hold of you and the vices grab you and take you down is when you're not aware of them. Okay, it's when you're not aware. It's when you try to deny that they're even vices in the first place. So it's not wrong to express a vice. It's not wrong to feel the vice. It's not wrong to be taking on these negative polarities. That's how you transmute them. You want to take them in, become aware of them, and study yourself. Study your mind, study your psychology, study your emotions, study how you feel while you're taking on these vices, because that's how you learn about what a vice really is, what that negative polarity really is. So then when you transmute it and you start to move over to the virtues, the positive end of the polarity, then you have a lot more knowledge of the positive and the negative. You have a much more balanced understanding of what's going on, and then later down the road that can benefit you, because you can help other people. You can help bring clarity to other people's, You could say paths. You can help bring clarity to other people and where they're at and what they're going through, because you've been through it with experience and you know what it's about. The knowledge of good and evil is the knowledge of positive and negative, and realizing that you have to be in the middle of both of them to the best of your ability. That's your intention. That's your goal. You want to be in the middle of both of them. Doesn't mean you necessarily are, but you want to. You want to strive to be in the middle, okay? It's not about choosing a left. It's not about choosing a right and saying this is it. It's about staying here and doing what's right for you while you're here, okay? Being aware. All right, so other than that, I'm going to wrap it up here. Definitely hit the thumbs up, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Then come down here, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell right above it, because I post videos as often as I can, and I'm just on a roll with these archetypal videos. So do that. Then once again, go to the very first link in the description. It's going to take you to my Patreon. Definitely make sure you go and check out the Patreon. I have a lot of valuable content on there, and I'm continuing to upload a lot of valuable content. So definitely I recommend you check that out. Then go to the second link below. It's going to take you to my Streamlabs merch page, which is not going to be there forever. You can place an order for a Hecate sigil shirt and they will literally ship it right to your door, just like Amazon Prime would. Then go to the third link below. It's going to take you to my Facebook community. On my Facebook community, I have exclusive content in the form of written and in the form of quotes. So definitely, okay, so this is what will happen. You'll click that link, the third link below. It'll take you to my Facebook community. Right there on the front page, you're going to see a pinned post that says private group. Click that, request to join. I'll add you in. Okay, other than that, once again, I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day or night wherever you are, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.